Have you ever felt like you don't belong anywhere? Have you ever felt like it doesn't matter what you do, your best is never good enough? Have you ever felt like you just never been accepted, never felt welcome, never felt like you just don't belong? This is a feeling that I have been struggling with my entire fucking life, my entire life. I've been feeling like for one reason or another, I just don't belong. I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm not an optimistic person. I'm a realist. I see things for what it is, not for how I want it to be. I see things for what it is. And I'm making this video because I know that there are other people out there that feel this way, but a lot of people, they're just not vocal about it. Now, a lot of times people, they try to escape pain. They try to escape life's reality because sometimes our reality sucks. Sometimes life sucks. Now, I've done it all. Sex, food, I indulge with pornography, I indulge with alcohol, I indulge in, I want to say drugs, but mainly THC, edibles, weed, whatever you want to call it. I've tried to escape my reality with sex, pornography, drugs, overindulging with food, alcohol. None of that works. It doesn't work. It doesn't take away it doesn't solve the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is from the bottom of my heart, I truly feel like I was never supposed to be here. My two parents, they had sex, fooled around, boom, gave birth to me. The irony of this is that I didn't ask to be here. Just like I don't know what you guys think. Oh no one asked to be born. We're just born. Our parents had sex and we just end up being here, right? Now I get that no one asked to be here. It's one thing when you didn't ask to be born and you're born into a world where you fit in. You're born into a world where you're loved, where you're valued, you're respected, you're cherished. That's one thing, right? It's one thing when you're born and you belong here. You're accepted, you're welcome, people love you. That's one thing. But it's an entirely different thing when you're born. When you didn't ask to be born, right? And then you're born into a world where you don't belong. A world where you don't fit in. So, most of my life, well, mainly in my 20s. In my 20s, I was extremely suicidal. My 30s, not so much. My entire life, I suffered with clinical depression, anxiety, and some other stuff that I'd rather not say. But it started from a little kid. I always felt like I just was never supposed to be here. It's funny, when I say it out loud, I feel like I sound nutty. Because most people, this is a feeling that most people can't relate to. Most people wake up in the morning, they know that they're loved. They know that they belong on this planet. They know that if they go somewhere, people are going to respect them. People are going to like them. Me, completely different. When I go places, I'm always walking on eggshells. I'm always wary. When I was in school, different workplaces, of course, in the Jehovah's Witness cult that I came from, everywhere I've been, I don't want to say everywhere. Most places I've been, I felt like I've never belonged. I didn't belong. It is a dreadful feeling that I would never, ever wish on anybody. Because it's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible feeling when you wake up in the morning and you just you wish you could just snap your fingers and just disappear. and never see or hear from anyone ever again. It's a dreadful feeling when you meet people and you know damn well that it doesn't matter how nice you are to them, how good you are to them. You know damn well these people would never love you like they love other people. That is my reality. This is my reality. This world that I'm living in, that world that I'm living in. Me personally, this world, this life feels like hell. Because I don't belong here. I don't belong here. And like I said, I've indulged with overeating, sex, weed, alcohol. I've done it all. None of that helps. Yeah, I might feel good for a little bit when I indulge, when I eat my food, my junk food, when I drink alcohol, when I smoke some weed, my edibles, have sex, whatever. It's a temporary escape. Don't get me wrong, it's a temporary escape, but it doesn't solve the root of the problem. And to be honest with you, there is nothing that can fix my problem. There's nothing that can fix this problem. There's a term, it's called Monachopsis. There we go. It's called Monachopsis. It's the feeling, it's when you feel like you don't belong. It's the feeling of being a misfit. It's that enigma feeling. It's quite a horrible feeling, to be honest. But I feel like it was time for me to make a video about this because there's got to be other people. We're in a planet of 8-9 billion people on this planet. There's got to be other people who feel like this. There has to be. And I travel so much for my mental psyche, because if I didn't travel, I probably wouldn't be on this planet. I try to do things that doesn't include or doesn't involve other people, because you cannot rely on people. People come and go. But yeah, that feeling of not belonging anywhere, it's hell on earth. It's hell on earth. And like I said, I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Not even, I would not wish this feeling on my worst enemy. And you would think that someone in their late 30s, you would think that this feeling would have subsided by now. Like I said, I had this feeling since I was a little kid in elementary school. I thought that by my early 20s, this feeling would go away. I thought I would be more likable by now, more lovable. I thought I would feel like I would belong by now. And I'm realizing that this feeling, this is going to be with me to the day that I die. To the day that I die, I'm always going to feel like this. I always felt like this before. I'm always going to feel like this. I've accepted that. I accepted that this is it. This is my life. I'm always going to feel like I don't belong. And there's nothing that you could do to make people like you. There's nothing that you could do to make people love you. If you don't belong, you don't belong. Remember, I'm not an optimistic person. I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm a realist. I'm the type of guy that you can know for 10 years. You can meet someone in 10 weeks and you will love that person way more than you would ever love me. That's the person that I am. It happens all the fucking time. It's the weirdest thing ever. And it's like, I scratch my head. I'm like, hold on, how? What? Like, I'm the type of guy that will go all in, all out. I'll be a great friend and great person to you. And because you can't force chemistry with somebody, right? I learned this the hard way. I always thought that that me being nice, me being funny, having a little bit of charisma, I always thought that those things, if you're a genuine nice person, if you're funny, you tell a few jokes, you get people laughing, people will like you, right? Yes, people will like you. Sorry, people do like me. Like I said, some people do like me, right? But to make people love you is a whole different ballgame. You cannot make people love you. I'm learning this. Sorry, I already learned this before, but I'm learning this even more so in my late 30s. There is literally nothing that you can do to make people love you. And I feel like all my life I've been just being myself. Because you think that you being yourself, you being genuine, you telling me, like I said, telling jokes, making people laugh, that's going to make people love you. That's going to give you some type of belonging in this world. And I realized even then, I don't feel like I belong. Even when I'm a nice person, I'm genuine, I'm giving, I'm funny, that's still not good enough. It's crazy. It's just one thing that my father taught me a long time ago, when I was a teenager. I didn't fully comprehend it back then, but I comprehend it now as an adult. And my father, he was comparing me to my middle brother, right? One of my younger brothers. Now, my middle brother, growing up, he was one of the he's the type of person that he could walk in any room, he could literally go anywhere. People would gravitate towards him. People would love my brother like this. My middle brother, boom. Because his personality, he has a really great personality. He's a lot of charisma, really intelligent, good looking, the whole nine, right? He's the type of person, he could literally go anywhere. People will love him off the back, right? Me, not so much. Not so much. And my father was telling me, he said, listen, people love your brother. He has style, he's charisma, good looking, the whole nine, right? He's funny, he's this and that. And my father was telling me in a not so subtle way, but he was telling me that if you want to be respected, cherished, loved like your brother, you have to do twice. You have to put in twice as much effort as he does. And I realized that my father was right. My father was right. Me being myself, that's not enough. That's not enough. I would have to put on a whole fake persona for people to love me. Me being Jerron, no. I can't be Jerron. I can't be myself and also be loved at the same time. It's not going to work. My life doesn't work like that. I literally have to be fake for people to love me. But I'm the type of person, I will never be fake. I can't put it on the front. Even if I tried, people would spot that a mile away, and people would tell, oh, he's a poser. He's put it on the front. I can't be fake. It's not in my DNA to be fake. Or I could only be me. But I realized that me being me is not enough. I don't belong. It's the weirdest feeling ever. I don't fucking belong. I should have never been born. And once again, I'm not being pessimistic. I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm not an optimistic person. I'm a fucking realist. And me seeing the way that my life planned out, it's like, it's hard to put in words. Oh, I say it's hard to put in words, but yet I'm over here, and this video is almost 15 minutes long already. But if you're still watching this video, I appreciate it. I'm just venting. I'm venting because This is decades of frustration build up. This is decades of me feeling like I have not been good enough for the vast majority of people that I met. And I'm at that point where I'm like, just almost done. I'm almost done with life, you know? And I keep saying to myself, like, if I off myself, right? It's like, I don't know what's out there in the next world. Like, what if I off myself and there's a fiery hell waiting for me? Or what if I off myself and there's nothing? There's no afterlife, there's nothing, which honestly doesn't sound so bad compared to this fucking life, right? But I don't know what's after this life. And that's one reason why I haven't off myself. Let me put it like that, if I'm being frank, if I'm being brutally honest, right? But I realized that, like, this world really is designed for fake people, one way or another. This world is designed for fake people. The more fake you are, the more people fucking love you. Everything is ass backwards in this life. The people that are loved and valued and respected, right? For instance, celebrities. People love celebrities. People go out of the way. They spend hundreds. I'm talking about middle class people. People who living from paycheck to paycheck. They will spend $300, $400, $500+ to see a celebrity in concert. And these celebrities don't even care about these everyday people. I don't get it. This is one situation that always stuck with me. This is the first girl that I ever loved, actually. I was 19 years old, right? 18, maybe 19. Met this girl in Boston. I love this girl to death. Me and her were like this. Like, we were like besties, right? I remember I went to this girl. I went to her mother's funeral. And this is when I was living in New York. I was living in New York City, by the way. So she was in Boston. I lived in New York. It's a 4-hour drive. I was going there to Boston every other weekend at one point to hang out with this, to see my so-called best friend at the time. Her mother passed away, right? And I was like the main person who consoled, who had her back during her mother's funeral. And she still did me dirty. I couldn't comprehend that. I couldn't comprehend how I was like this girl's main support system. And she still had the balls to do me dirty, right? And I had other scenarios. I had other scenarios like that in my life happen, right? Where I was a down-ass friend, a down-ass person. And me being myself, even though I was a great friend, a great person, I still wasn't good enough for these individuals. That has happened to me quite a lot in my life, where me being me it got me nowhere. And then, like, you know, I think I said this earlier in this video, how it's hell when you're being yourself and yourself is not lovable. People don't love the person that you are. Even when you're nice, you're genuine. Like I said, I'm funny, I tell jokes, whatever. That's not good enough. Me being me is not good enough. But yet, I have to watch everybody else on this planet be themselves. But yet, they get to be loved while they be themselves. But when Jaron is Jaron, it's not good enough. It is the worst feeling ever. It is the worst fucking feeling ever. In reality, I should have never been born, in reality. Because I said to myself, which is worse? Which is worse? Being born in a place where you feel like you don't fit in, you're not good enough. No matter where you go, people don't love you like you should be loved. People don't accept you like they accept other people. Which is worse? Never being born and never feeling the pain of this world, or being born but No matter where you go, you're not loved, you're not cherished, you're not respected, you're not accepted. Which is worse? Which is worse? And I realized this is worse. Me never being born, that would have been way better. That would have been way better than being born into a society where literally everywhere you go, you're reminded that you're not good enough. This is the worst feeling ever. And to be honest, the only thing that can take away this pain is death. But I'm not suicidal. I'm not saying that I'm not suicidal. But when that day does come, I always remind myself of this. The day that I die will be the best day of my fucking life. And I'm saying that from a non-suicidal, I don't even know if I can say that word on YouTube, but I'm not going to unalive myself. Let me put it like that. But I will say this, the day that I perish will be the best day of my fucking life.